Alright, we're going to be taking a look at Lattafa Khamrah Qahwa. This is the new flanker for Lattafa Khamrah that was just released in November, December of 2023. You can take a look at the presentation here. You see it comes in a nice box with the bottle fit snug right inside. Once you lift the top off, it has the mirrored background, and you can see it comes in a nice glass bottle with an acrylic top. The top is very loose and it does not fit snug on the bottle. This is an EDP concentration, and as you can see from the bottom of the bottle, it does have a darker color, so it kind of looks like a gradient that moves up depending on how you hold the bottle. So like I said, this is a flanker to Lattafa Khamrah. If you're not familiar with that fragrance, that's a very sweet, syrupy, gourmand style unisex fragrance, which a lot of people seem to compare that to Angel Share. So if you are wondering what Qahwa means, it's basically the Arabic word for coffee. So if I head over to Lattafa Perfume's website and take a look at the note breakdown, this is what they have. So top notes are ginger, cinnamon, and cardamom. Mid notes are praline, candied fruits, white flowers. Base notes are coffee, tonka bean, musk, benzoin, and vanilla. So when I first spray this on, I get an immediate blast of syrupy sweetness, that praline, that candied fruit, and a little bit of spice. And there's absolutely zero coffee note to my nose. Now when I say that, I'm literally referring to about the first 10 seconds. So after that initial blast on my skin, then the coffee note starts to come out. So there's different types of coffee notes. This one is more of like a roasted coffee bean or a fresh bag of coffee beans that you just opened up. And now for me to get that coffee note, I do have to stick my nose really right next to my skin. But overall, at this point, what I smell is a little bit of coffee, a little bit of vanilla, powdery sweetness with some tonka and cardamom, a slight bit of spice with ginger and cinnamon, and that typical Khamrah scent, if you're familiar with that, of like candies and praline. So this does not have a cognac note or any kind of boozy note listed, but to my nose, the way that the coffee interacts with everything else, it has a sort of boozy vibe to it. So once this dries down, what I'm left with is a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of musk, a little bit of coffee, and a little bit of that praline sweetness with some spicy notes. There really is not one part of that is more dominant than the other. It's all just mixed together. And I've got to tell you, this is probably one of my favorite pickups for 2023. I really love the way this fragrance smells. So while this fragrance has a lot of those really loud, sweet notes like praline and candied fruits, what it seems like the coffee note really kind of cuts into that and mutes it a whole lot, which to me makes it smell a whole lot better. Overall, it's a bit warm, it's a bit masculine, it's a bit sweet. To me, it's just incredible smelling. If I do a quick comparison to the original Khamrah, the original is more loud, it's more sweet, it's syrupy, it leans from probably unisex, maybe a slight dip into the feminine side, but I do love the way the original smells. I wear it a lot during the winter, but the way this coffee note mixes with everything else, it really tones down those loud, sweet, syrupy notes that seem to project off my skin with the original Khamrah. To me, that's why I like this version a little bit better. So as far as performance on this one, performance is outstanding. I get 8 to 10 hours, even longer, with longevity on this, and projection is really strong as well. It's not quite as loud and in your face with the syrupy sweetness as the original Khamrah, but this stuff has really good performance. So who do I recommend this for? If you have the original Lattafa Khamrah, you may be wondering, do I need this flanker? That all depends. If you want something that is a very heavy Arabic coffee, spicy coffee style fragrance, you will probably be disappointed with this. Even though the name of it is coffee, this is not a coffee dominant fragrance. If you want something that is completely different from Lattafa Khamrah, you're probably not going to be happy as well. This is very close to the original, but like I said, for me, it has that slight difference because it's not quite as syrupy and sweet, and to me this leans a little bit more masculine. So while I love Lattafa Khamrah, this version appeals to me more because it's more masculine and it's not quite as syrupy sweet. So if you like Lattafa Khamrah and you like the way that it smells and the overall vibe of the fragrance, but maybe something a little bit different will interest you, then this is probably something you want to check out.